Hi there everyone, welcome to the first video of Rush Hour Japanese. As the name suggests, this channel is for the people who are really interested in learning this very unique language but can't really afford the time to look at all the textbooks or other resources that are available on the internet. So, I myself am an engineering student and I have been studying in Japan since 2017. I completely understand how difficult it is to learn a new language while balancing your work life or your studies. But also from my experience, I can confidently say that we can get a certain level of Japanese proficiency if we are willing to spend a little bit of time effectively. If we are willing to use the resources properly, define our goals properly, I am certain that we can get a certain level of proficiency in Japanese. In this channel, I would like to share the most effective techniques, methods that I found to be most useful while learning and remembering kanji. I think our target in this channel will be to reach the levels of N3 by the end of 1.5 years or the level of N2 within 3 years because I know that is achievable. Okay, alright. So there are so many good resources out there to learn and be better at Japanese. What is going to be special in this channel? I think this is the first lesson, and so I would like to explain the method that we will follow in this channel. We will create a network of kanjis based on a certain theme in each lesson. So every lesson we are going to choose a theme, for example, going to the restaurant or asking for help in a supermarket or going to the academic affairs division of your university. And then we are going to look at several kanjis, many kanjis that are connected together. Not only the kanjis and the meanings are connected together, but also the separate kanjis are connected together. So it will create a dense mesh of network, and this will help us remember the kanjis better. It also makes perfect sense according to the method we remember different information. The explanation is written in the blog post, so if you are interested, please check that out as well. The written notes from all the lessons will also be posted in the blog, so if you are willing to refer to them at a later date, you are welcome to check the blog posts as well. Okay, with the introduction done, let us move on to the first lesson, which I think will be a little simpler than the rest because today is the first one. I have very little notes, sorry about that. But the theme for the first lesson is actually work or business. So we are going to look at a few kanjis today. I think the first one is gyomu. Gyomu means business. Now these two kanjis are not simple. They are pretty difficult to remember on their own. So we need to create connections with them so that we can make ourselves remember at a later date. Okay, hope that made sense. Okay, so the next kanji this is connected to, I would like to share is kyo. I'm sorry, just a little nervous. Kyomu ka. If you are a student in Japan, you have seen this kanji for over 100 times already. I am certain that you have seen it, but you don't remember it. Which brings us to the most important rule of learning a new language or anything new for that matter, is that you have to practice regularly. Whenever I received an email in English and Japanese during the first few months staying here in Japan, I always scroll down or looked at the English version, and then I'm done. What that did is create a false sense of security in me that it's completely okay, I'm going to get along fine without learning Japanese. But unfortunately, it's not the case. I need to challenge myself to actually get better at the things that I want to be better. So this one means Academic Affairs Division. So I have seen this kanji many times during the first few months, but I had no idea what it means. Only after I tried to communicate with other people, for example, my lab mates in Japanese, I found out that this word kiyomuka comes around very often. And then I understood that this actually means Academic Affairs Division. So this is the most important part, that you have to practice regularly and you have to challenge yourself regularly to learn a new topic. The best example that I can give you from myself is that whenever I went to restaurants, for example, Saizeria, Ootoya, or Gasto, I looked at the Japanese menu first. I looked at the kanjis and furigana, and then I looked at the English version of the menu. What it did for me, and also does now, is that it makes me more confident when I can understand the complete idea of the meal without even looking at the English translation. So it boosted my confidence level significantly when I went to another restaurant where there is no English translation and I could still remember or understand what the menu said. So I highly recommend that you start looking at the kanjis from your school email, work email, before you resort to the translator or look at the English translation. Okay, that will help tremendously. Trust me on this. So I think we can already understand what mu is doing to the word when it is together with another kanji. It makes something into a whole affair. So gyomu and kyomu, in gyomu it makes it into a business because gyo appears in sagyo. I think you guys have also heard sagyo because it is one of the most common words for work. Sagyo means work. It also appears, by the way, in our university name, Tokyo Kogyo Daigaku. Kogyo. In this case, it means something like engineering, or it means something like technology. So gyo is obviously connected to business, work, manufacturing something. So mu, gyo and mu, it together means business, and kyo, I really hope you guys remember this one because this is probably the one of the first kanjis that you learned after you came to Japan. Whenever you open a book, you attend a class in Japanese language, you find out that this is to teach. This is oshieru. So it makes perfect sense that oshieru is the kunyomi. Oshi or osa is the kunyomi, and onyomi is gyo. So when mu is alongside oshieru, it becomes academic division. It makes perfect sense. But we don't make the connections because we are not often learning in this way. We are often just looking at these two kanjis, this word, and then just trying to memorize them. And I think that is way too difficult. And this method, for me, it made perfect sense. If you think that this is making sense, it is well, and you understand what I am trying to say, then I highly recommend you to follow along the lessons. Today, I have, like I said, really sorry that I have very little notes. I just had a few kanjis together and I am making these up along as I go. In future lessons, I will try to prepare more detailed notes and try to use these kanjis in real life applicable situations. make some example sentences and stuff, and that way I think it will be much better. So I hope you guys will follow along the lessons, look at the blog posts, and I really hope I see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.